Welcome, everyone, to the What Turns You On podcast. I am Kaelen Marie, and I am so fucking excited and happy to be here with my sister goddess, Sheila Shupe. And first off, let me just say she's been here before, and so much of life has happened in the since we she was on
January.
last. Oh my
January.
goddess, right? Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much. And so we are here to just welcome her back, see what has shifted and changed, see what's coming through for her because life is fucking magical and miracles are real. And so is magic. And so this is where we're at. I mean, she's the creator of Fire Pussy. Ooh, and just saying that turns me on. Turns me on. So, Goddess Sheila, please tell our audience who you are and why they really need to listen to what the fuck you gotta say.
Well, that's a good challenge. Oh my word. Okay, so since we last spoke, I finished my pleasure coaching certification that you and I were a part of with Mama Gina, Regina Thomas Shower, and I started a business. So I am working with one-on-one clients, women usually in 3 and 6 month containers to help them transform, gain their power, gain their confidence, move into that next level, what they want to do. I'm also super, super passionate, as you know, about live in-person events. So I ran Fire Pussy was my first retreat that I ran in January. This January, it feels like last year when I say it. I just recently sold out Fire Pussy 2026. So that's really exciting. So I have, exactly. I know. Every time you mention it, I'm like, I can't wait till I get you in
Oh,
there.
I'll be
Bringing
there,
you to
babes. I'll be there. I'll be there. All in divine timing, that we
2027.
know.
I'm keeping my eye on you for 2027. Anyway, so I sold out for January, and this year I'm calling it Next Level Rebel. And next year's the year of the horse, and so it's going to be a like saucy, sexy cowgirl rebel theme with possibly some rope demos. I don't know. We have like 11. No, I
Hmm.
know.
I
I
say yes to
know. I
that
know.
for
It's,
sure.
yeah. I'm very, very excited. LEJ, aka Clown Daddy, is running our talent show. I have Victoria Arts coming back from Five Common Senses, who's going to do a sensual presentation. Amanda Houston is doing another like painting turned on painting party. So it's going to be pretty epic. So I'm very excited for that. What else do I have going on? So I've just been like building the business, building the website. I was just featured in a blog on a website called Sensually that lists providers all over the world who are working in sexuality, body work, kink, and pleasure coaching and education. So I'm like really excited about that.
Oh, I love that so much. I'm going to be taking some notes here because that just makes me so happy. Keep talking, babes.
I'll send it to you. Also, as a service, any goddesses that are listening, it's a really great website. And so if you're interested, like it's free to post your profile there. And it's really, they're just like building up this community that we're a part of. So I highly recommend going on and checking it out just to like for your own business. I recently, yeah, I had a really big week, Kaylin. 2 days ago, I booked my favorite belly dancing studio to do for November and December. So I'm doing some live in-person events here in my county.
Um, Live events. Don't get me wrong. I'm so grateful for virtual. When it comes to live events, being able to feel and be in each other's energies, like, oh my goddess, the power, the potency, the magic is it's next level. It's epic level, as you would say.
It really is, and I think that's really a big anchor for me and a big drive for me is to continue to create live events. So I'm really excited to have these two coming up in my community.
Agreed.
I live in Santa Rosa, California, so I'm about an hour north of San Francisco. Um, so, and then what I'm really excited about, and I want to talk to you about more later, is I'm also launching my first course. So I'm doing a 6 week online course slash container. And really, the thrust of it is to support women and create community through the holidays and to bring women into practice with serving themselves first, like taking care of themselves throughout the season before they
Mm.
give to others.
Okay, goddess, like I got like head to toe goosebumps on that because that is so powerful. And of course, it leads me into our question.
Mm.
Always the question. Goddess, what fucking turns you on?
Mm.
Oh, what fucking turns you on?
Mm. Man, I think I was thinking about this before our call today, and I really, really, really what lights me up is seeing women come together. And when I first started doing the pleasure coaching, I was ready to just go straight for group containers because I know this about myself. I was a teacher for 20 years. Back to why you should listen to me because I have, authority.
And look at me say it. Look at
And,
me
and
say
gorgeous breath. That's why you should
it.
listen to me. Um, anyway, I love the classroom environment, and that's like part of that environment. I worked at an international school in San Francisco for many years, and I threw events for them. So we had like 130 students from all over the world coming to study English, and I would throw barbecues and talent shows and parties and like museum visits. Like I was like the sort of like the de facto event coordinator there. But I love a group. I love bringing people together. Yeah, I fucking love it. That turns me on so much. And I notice it too, even in like I ran a masterclass last week. Like so I love bringing everybody together, but I especially love bringing women together and creating a space where people feel free to be themselves. And so this really, I feel like is like a deep core part of my mission. And what I'm really good at is giving people the love and acceptance to feel comfortable enough to like really open up vulnerably and share. And that happens consistently when I'm in a leadership position.
Thank you. Like once again, I just hearing you and thinking of the power of women coming in that sacred sisterhood space.
Yeah.
There is nothing that compares to it for me when it comes to a level of healing that I desire to expand and grow and be.
Yeah.
It like just feeling into and remembering being back in our pleasure pods within the pleasure coaching program, the potency, the and spirit has this way because women, and don't get me wrong, men are very intuitive too. Women come with this innate ability, this strong connection to the divine, to source, to spirit, to God, whatever you choose to call this higher power. That's who we are, right? And when we come together, I freaking think about
Mhm.
um like all of a sudden I'm not the one. I just get to like hold the container. You're holding the container, and what happens is all of this ancient wisdom organically bubbles up and out of all of the women, and all of a sudden the person who's having a challenge or a struggle is not just having you, they're
Yep.
having all the women in the group,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
that is pure potent magic. And the thing that really gets me, the thing that really bothers me deeply is that way, way, way back in the day, when women were called witches, all it was sisters getting together to help each other be able to heal and use their gifts and spiritual powers that they were blessed with. And they were persecuted for it. And now we're like, fuck that shit.
Yep.
Here we are in our space of going, we have to create it because it's who we are. This is who you are. This is who I am. You have to do these things. And I want to know why now? Why now? Ooh, why
Yeah.
now are you called to do this 6 week container? What's the backstory? Dude, this
So
is fucking juicy here.
it's really interesting. Like, first, I want to just go back to what you were saying about the whole witches thing. And when I was working on my retreat in Spain with Anusha, we were inspired by these group of women in the Basque Country called Sorganak. And I don't know if you've heard of them. They're like have you does that spark a name? Does that spark a memory for
Yes, from
you?
you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know it.
So the Sorganak they were just women.
That's all they were.
Yes, they were curanderas, healers, they were midwives. And they would come together every Friday as women and call in the storms. They would like look to the ocean and say like we're ready. We're ready for the water to plant the crops. We're ready for the clouds and the thunder because we know that the storms are what create change. And so they were like calling in change and calling in transformation.
Mm.
And yeah, I just see that so deeply. Even yeah, last week at that masterclass, like I had women coming in from, from Regina's containers, from my own personal life, good friends, and it's always the right magic. Like
It
no matter
always
who's
is.
there, yeah, if you just allow it to flow and create the space, yeah.
Like
Um,
we can't help but bring the magic and know because we are so divinely guided, so fucking divinely guided that it is always the exact, not too much, not too little. It is perfect.
Yeah. And
Perfection.
that's really what happened with this course is I kept kind of like futzing around it and being like, oh, maybe later, maybe now. And then when I scheduled it, as soon as I scheduled it, and it's from October 22nd to December 18th, I was like, oh, one of my core challenges or wounds when I came into transformation work was a really massive struggle with the holiday season. I
Mm.
lost my mom when I was 20. My parents broke up when I was 12. And so I just carried this really decades long struggle, watching everybody be so happy and excited and just feeling like, oh my God, I don't get this. I always like walked in feeling like really disenfranchising and not knowing where my place was and kind of feeling like a lost puppy.
Mm.
And so that was one of the first things that I healed when I started doing meditation work was I was like, oh my God, I can actually love Christmas. Um, and I would say that was probably about 2 years ago, the first Christmas in like 30 years where I felt, that I belonged. I felt like I could receive, I felt like I could give love, and I felt like I could enjoy it. And so when I laid the dates, as soon as I laid the dates for the container, I had the dates before I knew what I was going to do. As soon as I laid the dates, I was like, okay, oh, this is why this is happening right now, exactly like you said, because I want to give back in this area that I have healed. And I want to also just like create support for women who are feeling the same way. Women who feel like overexerted, overworked, overgiven during the holidays.
Mm.
I want to be there for them and I want to create that space for them to feel held and feel like they have 1 hour in their week where they can smile, dance, be free, and show them how potent that medicine is.
Mm. 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 So break it down. Give us what are the key points that you've been called to share in this space.
So one of them is, and this is, I want to put a gratitude out to my current client. We were really working on desire.
Mm.
And so I'd say this is like one of the core things about the course is that a lot of times women they don't even know what their desires are.
It's true.
Right? Like,
They have
I'm
no
like,
clue.
the desires. Yeah, like we're so habituated to thinking about what everyone else needs that we almost can't even like let ourselves, like, are we even allowed to want what we want? And so that's like sort of pillar number one is connecting into your own desires and
Hmm.
just reinforcing the fact that they're important, that they're sacred, that they are guiding you, and that it's okay. It's okay to want what you want, like just the
Mm.
permission to have those desires.
You know, as you know, and as our listeners know, I completed a 35-year marriage now 4 years ago, which is still blows my mind. And I can honestly say, I did not know what my desires were. up until I left and I put it in, I came back home. I came back home, right? And the fact that being led by someone who knows what desire really is and being able to help those women discover, ah, remember,
Yeah.
remember their
Yeah.
desires.
Yeah.
That's potent. That right there to me, there's not a price you can put on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll give you a really good example. I went for a walk with a good friend 2 weeks ago, Leilani Clark, in case I'm
Nice.
going to send this link. And I was talking about all the travel that I'm doing. And last year, when I was really just brainstorming and list after list of like, I have this and I'm doing this, travel was this like huge part of me and my soul, my adventure queen soul, that I felt like was missing in the life that I'd kind of like gotten myself wrapped up in the past 12 years with motherhood and marriage and all that stuff. And so when I was just talking to her about my travel, I watched her spark her own desire. And she was like, oh, I want to travel too. And I'm like, that's right, you do. And just from me talking about my own desire in a way that was like, oh, I love it. Like you can feel it in your body in a way that was open and free. She was like, wait a minute, I want to travel too. Like this is a huge part of me. And I'm like, yes,
You
yes,
can't help.
yes, yes, yes,
Oh, when you, it's contagious.
yes, yes. Yep, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, mm,
Yeah, so desire is that's like kind of foundational. That's one
mhm.
of the foundations. And then I feel like the next piece, and again, back to like why you should listen to me, is that this past
Yes,
year,
please.
yeah, because I'm here, because I'm holding forth. Um, yeah, that's the professor in me. Um, no, I'm just kidding. I actually didn't talk very much in my classes, but okay. The second point is that in order to really hear our desires, and this also goes to my current client, you have to feel safe and you have to feel like you're in conversation with your body. So
Oh,
if you're constantly on alert in this vigilant way that we live, like, what does my boss want? And what does my mom think I should do? And what does my husband think I should do? And what do my kids think I should do? Like, if your attention's constantly focused outward, that's part of the reason that we can't hear and connect with those desires. So we have to practice getting in conversation with the body. And this is like, as
mm.
working with Gina and doing the pleasure work, like I've just been in deep conversation with my body for the past year. And so I feel like those two are really connected. And one thing that came to me, and I'm about to do a post on Instagram about this, is um, when I was born, my older sister was 14. And so she was like a mom to me, right? She
Oh, for
was
sure. For
waking up
sure.
to me with me in the middle of the night and changed my diaper and everything. And when I was 4 years old, she was in a car accident. She was a quadriplegic. She became a quadriplegic when I was 4 years old. Insane, right? Like talk about fucking ripping the family apart. But so she spent a year in hospitals at that time, just like from the recovery from the initial accident. This is the 80s. And then basically my whole life, for 40 years after that, she was in a wheelchair. And so I spent a lot of fucking time with her. She was my best friend and she was basically another mom for me. And I spent a lot of really intimate time with her, watching her relationship with her body. And I watched her go to doctor's appointments. I watched her have surgeries. And I would see her fucking fight with doctors for her own sovereignty and for her own authority over her body. And so I've been thinking about this in the last week. I'm like, wow, Cheryl's my sister, that model of someone who's basically, C4-5 vertebrae, she didn't have any feeling. She told me that her feeling cut off right below her nipples. So she had feeling in her nipples, but she didn't have any feeling. Praise goddess.
Yes.
She didn't have feeling in her body the way we did. So
Wow.
when she had to say go to the bathroom, she would start sweating or she would feel dizzy. Or if she was hungry, she would kind of feel disoriented. So her communication with her body, her language that she spoke with her body was a completely different language from what we speak with our, I mean, each of us has our own, right?
Yeah, for
But
sure.
she had to develop her own system of knowing if she was okay because those nerve endings didn't function and her body just didn't communicate in the same way. And so seeing her throughout her life know when her body was saying something to her, even though symptoms didn't line up with, like, what a medical expectation or what a nurse was telling her she should need or want, she had to fight for that conversation. She had to fight to, like, explain to people that she did know what her body needed and wanted and desired. Um, so that is part of my, I'm realizing, like, being with her and understanding that all bodies are different. She is part of my inspiration for the course, and that is, like, I feel like that body conversation is going to be a huge piece of it.
Well, and you bring up something very, very potent that I must address. When you were like, you know, everything going outward, like this is what's happening, everything is pushed outward. And you're bringing it back in because we're always having these. This is the masculine. This is how men orgasm is up and out.
Yep.
And how do we, as women, we pull down and in. We pull down and in, and we have to go inward. And that is the true feminine way of reaching our pleasure is by being in the body.
Yep.
And look at what your sister, oh wow, the beautiful lessons that she has not just taught you, but is now has taught me and teaching others through
Mhm.
this program
Yeah.
is potent.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a fucking badass, Kaylin. She got a bachelor's and a master's degree in a wheelchair where she didn't even have hands that could write. Like, she's a badass. And that full circle too. She passed away. So my mom passed away when I was 20. Cheryl passed away 20 years later, almost to the week. And so losing both of those mother figures is part of why the holidays are so hard. And I think anybody who's experienced that deep grief, I think holidays pull up all the grief, they churn it up, right? And so,
Mhm.
and when everybody else is being happy, or everyone else is in this sort of like happy vibe, or I don't know how much of that's commercial or what, but like it's really hard to ask somebody to hold our pain
Yeah,
in that time, because we want to be like the mom that's like standing up and having the most fun and decorating the most and everything. So that's like another really huge piece is like I want to be there for the women that need a little more support.
yeah.
Yeah.
This morning, pleasure has been very much on my mind. And this morning, before I get out of bed, like I go and do a little ritual where I'm like half asleep, half awake, and I just to come back into me, right? Because I feel like I feel like I astral travel fucking every night, and so it's like, oh, okay, let's bring me back into this body because I've been out in the
I'm on
ethers.
Earth. 3D
Yes,
reality.
and I
Yeah.
got to be here, and I had this profound thought that was, I must find pleasure in everything I do and everything that I be and everything that I have.
Mhm.
Like, I've been in some very interesting places in the past 6 months, and not all of it's been pleasurable. And now as I'm in this space, it's even though I've graduated from the program and it's like, but like spirit's coming back and saying, babes, pleasure is non-negotiable for you. Pleasure is, yeah, that's a write down. That pleasure is
Yeah, I'm like,
fucking,
I'm writing that down.
that's a fucking
Yeah.
non-negotiable. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, bitch, wake it up here because this is where you're sovereign. This is where your
Yep.
truth is. This is where everything that you desire lives.
Yep.
It is your desire. And so remembering that pleasure is so non-negotiable. And we as women in the world of this day, we're waking back up to it.
Yeah.
we're remembering that we've drawn the line in the sand, or we're drawing the line in the sand, or we're getting close to drawing the line in the sand, right? It's like we just keep getting nudged and pushed and maybe shoved and forced down, but it's like we're gonna wake it up and go,
Yep.
sure is non-negotiable.
Yeah. And this for me goes back to like permission. Like,
Yes.
and this is what I felt like I flipped into when I was a mom. Like, oh my God, I have to be vigilant all the time. I have to be on it all the time. I have to be perfect all the time. The meals have to be perfect and the TV has to be perfect, And it's like, am I allowed? That's what I kept, like, I thought life was supposed to be fun. For me, the word was fun when I was like really questioning it. Like, I thought life was, I used to have fun. Like, am I allowed to want fun? And I feel like that was my question for a decade when I first became a mom. Like, I guess I'm just not allowed. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not allowed.
100%.
It's not permissible to seek enjoyment. And so, really, like, even it feels to me like that slow return that you're talking about of being like, not only is it just permissible, it's non-negotiable.
It's non-negotiable. I mean,
Yeah,
like
getting to that point.
we once again, and let's be clear. Is it easy to remember, to act on? No, which means we have to have it in our forefront, in this prefrontal frontal cortex all the time.
Yep.
You
And we
know,
have to
I don't
fight
care
for
if
it.
you're making signs, little, doodads of all the things. You got to stop. Because I know for me, and I'm sure this is probably similar for you, when I am too much in my head, whoo, damn, girl, my body's like, you got to move. You got to
Yep.
do something that brings you pleasure. You gotta.
Yeah, yeah. And I think like it's just like it's such a cultural weight now because it's like so much striving, like we have to work this many hours a week and we have to do it this way that like and I think that's been something for me in starting this business. I'm like, "Oh no, can I like take a bath and or dance a little or do I need to be just like go okay, I got to send emails instead and I got to and what I notice over and over and over and over again is if I push myself through my the quality of my work fucking goes down.
Yeah.
And if I just like take that break, go outside, dance a little for even a few minutes, or fuck it, take that hour and take a bath. Then when my kids come home, I'm a more loving mother. When my husband comes home, I'm a more loving wife. Like I get more creative ideas come in. And so you can really see how the striving without pleasure, it leads to burnout. There's so many stories about that. It leads to depression. Um, but I can still feel that little voice in me like, are you sure? Are you sure it's okay to go to the hot springs next Monday? Like it's like, yeah.
So what I'm going to ask you to do is just highlight, because I don't want to give like the juiciness away of your program. This is what I'd
No.
like to do. I want you
Yeah.
to highlight the next four things, the next four pillars to give us the total of six. And then I would like us to share, if you want to, if you don't want to, if you just want to do one or two more, totally great. Whatever feels most authentic. Okay. Because what I would like us to do is I would like to bring it back to where we give ideas to women of what it means, what it looks like to have pleasure be non-negotiable for them. Like I want them to have some actionable things, ideas that they can go, oh, I never thought about this. Oh, I never thought about that. Because that is power. That
Yeah.
is power.
Yeah.
So give us your next four, whatever else is bubbling through,
Okay,
please.
well, I'll say this. I taught English as a second language for many years. I started teaching in Japan
Mm.
and then taught in San Francisco. Blah. Um, International school I worked at was in San Francisco. And I used to tell my students I talk fast, but I teach slow. So
Mm.
one of the things that I really pride myself on in any course is being able to like move at the pace of my people that are in the container with me, my women. And
Mm.
so there's actually three pillars. So I talked about two of them, but
Mm.
it's essentially like this tuning into desire, getting in conversation with your body, and being in community, like sisterhood support. So those are the three things that we're really going to focus on
Mm,
in the course. And I would say that in terms of sort of like a teaser, um, oh, and then like the overarching umbrella, I think is like, and kind of my tagline on my poster is like, serve yourself first.
yes.
The course is called Sheila's Special Sauce, and my whole thing is like, serve yourself first. Like this is really the thrust and the habit. And so I think in terms of little ways, like one of the activities that we did last week, and I want to thank the gorgeous, juicy, luscious Sophie Luxton because I was really inspired by her masterclass. And I'll put a plug in for that. I'm going to her retreat in November in a few weeks, and it's going to be oh, so delicious outside of Toronto. But what she did was she did some really slow movement, and I
Mm,
kind of did a riff off of this. Like last week, we just put on some music and we just started the basic practice of like closing your eyes, putting on music. So this is what I would recommend just to start.
mm,
Put on a really nice, slow, easy song and just kind of center yourself in your body, take a few breaths, be still, and just listen to what your body wants. Do you
mm,
want to stretch? Do you want to wiggle? Do
mm,
you want to jump up and down and shake out your nervous system?
mm,
Just start with that. Like that is like step one. Like play one song for yourself and just start that communication, start that conversation with your body
mm.
and notice what she's telling you. And so that would be like sort of my sample in my teaser.
I love that. And it comes back to, for me, the body keeps the score. She
Oh,
knows.
oh,
She
oh.
always knows. She always knows. She always knows. And all that is happening is the nervous system is not regulated.
Mhm.
Pleasure is the great nervous system regulator.
Yep.
If you are feeling disconnected in any way, come back home to the body. Come
Yep.
back home. Even if it's
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
this slow, gentle touch in the
Yeah.
palm of our hands. Oh, I just like it. Just,
Yeah.
I know,
And maybe that's
right?
what your body tells you you want. Maybe you just stand there for a song and like hug yourself.
Oh,
It's
so
just permission to like, what is your body asking for? Is it asking to wiggle? Is it asking to shake? And then, from there, you're just continuing to deepen that practice of listening in all the moments of your day.
absolutely. At every erotic temple gathering that
Mhm.
I host, I am the high priestess of. This is how we start. I always have all of them say, I say, hug yourself. Just hold you
Feels so
and
good.
pour love into you like you've never poured love into yourself before. And just hold you as if you are that sweet, tender little girl that's just been wanting a hug for so long from someone who loves herself like nobody else has the capacity, the capability, or the ability to do. Just hold you. Breathe in. Mm. This is sacred space, right? This is sacred space. And how,
Yeah.
right?
And this is, yeah, I feel like this comes up more and more and more. I mean, like almost I feel like it comes up in every container that I've been a part of in the past few years, but like that we really are learning to mother ourselves. And, no matter whether we had the best mom or the worst mom or no mom, I think, and also like, when you're in grief, if somebody dies, like it's just, you have to develop that practice of mothering yourself. And
Yeah.
that's really what this is about. This course
Mhm.
is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to ask, what do you feel that these women are going to receive from being in this container with you. And oh, I already know what juiciness they're fucking going to receive just by being in your presence. Let's be clear. Let's be fucking clear on this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's so funny because in the earlier part of the conversation, I was thinking about our dinner in Denver,
Yes.
how
So
juicy,
juicy.
wonderful that was, and like Esme reflected back to me, she was like, "Oh my God," she's like, "We just went to dinner, but you made it such an experience. Like you ordered all the different kinds of food, and like, and so." Yeah, joy. A lot of joy. Like that's the other thing that I want to say to women, like spend this money. It's $333. Spend it on this is your Christmas gift to yourself. So
Mm.
like the joy, the laughter, like that is definitely going to be there.
I'm
Um,
goosebumping again, girl. I'm fucking goosebumping fucking
yeah,
head to
like we're
toe.
gonna have fun. We're gonna laugh together. We're probably gonna cry together. Which is, we also love that as women. We're just gonna like come together. And so joy, a sense of feeling grounded in a time that usually feels really chaotic and scattered. Like I want to give that structure. And the way it worked out, I'm doing 2 weeks before Halloween, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, and then 2 weeks before Christmas. And so I feel like we're going to have these like juicy meetings of support, and then you'll be able to come together with your family. And then also the other gift is just like processing. So you'll be
Mm.
able to go into that situation that might feel challenging, and then you'll be able to come out and have us all there waiting to like hold you, capture you, really be ready to like see you through any hard moments that are happening. So
Yeah, because the
really
holidays,
grounding and fucking sisterhood.
oh,
Like I always like that's just like yeah, yeah, I hope to connect women with each other too.
you will connect women. There's no hope, babes. That's already done. That's what you do is you connect women to each other.
I
The
am a
holidays are challenging enough. When we give ourselves grace and place pleasure as our non-negotiable, what happens is, you've heard this phrase forever. Fill your own cup up first before you can give to others, right? And
yep.
for decades, I was giving the dregs out of my cup because there was nothing. It was the crusty, disgusting, crunchy parts at the bottom of the teacup, right? It was just gross,
Yep.
right? And then when I realized I had to fill all of me up, and now my babies and my grandbabies, the people that I work with, and my friends and clients, they get to receive from my overflow,
Yeah.
right? Now, am I
Yeah.
really great about doing it every fucking day? No. And I give myself grace on that because I'm like, oh, but it is time. But do I do it? Yes, I do.
Here's the gift of a course. And this is what I have always said. Like, my whole life, like I don't know, I played softball in high school. I've been a pretty active person, and I've had my moments where I did my home video workouts or whatever. But like when I go to an aerobics class or to a weightlifting, whatever, Tabata, like whatever, I always work a little harder. So like you could do my sampler or you could, find some reading about this or do the online course, but like that is the other gift of this is the fucking structure. Because
Mm-hmm.
once you show up the first time and everybody falls in love with you and then they want you there,
Mm-hmm.
you'll come back. Not even for yourself, but to serve others. It's almost like a trick in the loophole of the women thing. Like you'll feel so committed to these women that you're gonna show up for them. And then that will also like loop back into what you receive out of it. So
Well,
that's
and
the other.
as women, like we're wired to nurture,
Yeah.
aka serve, right?
Yep.
And it's also turned into uh people pleasing
Yep.
and overwhelm. And so shifting that narrative of like, no, I'm actually a nurturer by that is part of who I am as a woman.
Yep.
And serving when I do it with me first, serving me first.
Mhm.
Once again, y'all get the best of me. The fucking
Yep.
best of me, the juicy fucking best of me. And then there's that loop that keeps going because then what happens is it's a spiral and it keeps spiraling upward and upward and upward.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, let's face it, this is part of the reason that the online thing works. Like, I'm thinking back to my masterclass last week, and my very, very good friend Lori, she was like, she did this, like, she was on there with us, but her husband was out of town and her son is knocking on the door, and she had to pause in the middle and come back. But like, I know that that hour was nourishing, and so even that's like the great thing about online, right? Is like, we can get there as much as we can. Like, you might not be able to fly to Toronto for Sophie's retreat for a week, but you can get in your bedroom and turn on the Zoom, right? Like that it is
Yes.
so accessible to just say like, okay, I'm gonna just because sometimes that's how I have to trick myself. Like, okay, I can take an hour, right? Or like whatever it is. Yeah.
Oh, oh, Goddess, thank you. Thank you for the magic that you said yes to,
Mm,
that you are creating, that you are bringing forth into this world, that the women who are ready and prepared to receive you, your gifts, your talents, your knowledge, your wisdom, your ancient wisdom, not only come to you and find you, but ignite all of that within them. Like that's
mm,
where we're at. Thank you.
mm. And thank you. I feel like these conversations are such a service. And I want to say, I don't know if this shifted for you, but I just found you on Spotify. I didn't realize you were on. Yes, I was so
Titty shake,
excited.
titty shake.
Because when I shared the first time, I think you were just on YouTube
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
on.
beginning.
Yeah, I put myself on Spotify. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I was like, oh, next level. But these conversations and like Spotify is like you reaching for that. I know that I'm going to just be like sharing it with everybody I know, and it like makes it so much like, more accessible. So like I feel so grateful to you for continuing down this path and like, yeah, everything that you're doing, the erotic church and like, and I just want to say again that meeting you in person, like the
oh,
electricity of your body and my body in proximity was like such fucking gold.
such gold,
It was
such
amazing.
gold. I can't
Yeah.
even like. There's just no words, right?
I
And it
know,
was,
I
and
know. I
the
like,
beauty
oh,
of that was like I had something planned that night, right? And I wasn't going to come, and I was just like, but the call of the sisterhood was like, I gotta go.
yeah.
And of course, it was just dripping with Sheila's special sauce and all the
And
other goddesses too.
exactly. And Kelly's and Victoria's like that I had such a great time in Denver, but that was just the cherry on top of the fucking cake. That dinner was so lovely.
It was, it
It was
was, it
just so
was. And which the other magic, let's just let our listeners know. So we had decided that we were all going to come and go to this place and eat and meet for dinner. And I, on the last minute, because there was only going to be four of them, they had made reservations for four. And I'm like, oh, I've got to go. And so Esme's like, they won't let us have another person to add because they say that they're full. And what happens? We not only had enough room, we actually had a spare chair because they put us at a table of six. So we were literally overflowing in abundance. It's
And the
like,
server loved us, and we were in the patio where we wanted to be, and we got all the food we wanted, and you got your cookie. Wait, didn't you get a cookie? Was it
yes,
like
it was
a
delicious. Might I say?
yeah.
It was divine.
Yeah, it
And
was a
that's
divine
literally,
day.
and let's be clear here, when sisterhood comes together like that, once again,
Yeah.
magic that we desire will always exceed our expectation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
y'all, if you're listening here and you are within this space, come over to Goddess Sheila's program, Sheila's Special Sauce. And the
Yeah.
tagline is
Serve yourself first.
for this holiday season, absolutely serve yourself first
Yeah.
because you matter. You matter. What is our outrageous dare for our goddesses today,
Ooh,
Lovely?
I didn't even think of a dare. Okay.
I love outrageous dares.
Mhm. Um, yeah, I dare you to serve yourself first. I dare you to say yes to you just once. How about just once in the next week if it's not something you're used to? Just once, say yes to exactly what you want without thinking about anybody else's needs. For me, like, go get the Hawaiian barbecue, even though nobody else in your family likes it. Just fucking go eat that for dinner. Like, pick the thing that you want to do and just do it for you without worrying about anybody else. That's my
Mm,
fucking day.
mm, mm. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
being
Oh.
here. Thank you for just showing up in the truth of who you are and helping us remember that desire is and must be our number one thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like this overarching theme of today, pleasure's non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Pleasure's
Non-negotiable.
non-negotiable.
I'm gonna put that on my sales page too.
Dude, right? Me too. Like pleasure's fucking non-negotiable. It's like, yeah, we all be robbing and duplicating that bitch for sure, right? Hell yes. Hell yes. Oh,
Oh, I love you so
I
much.
love you so much, so much.
You're so juicy.
Ah, thank you. All right, my listeners, thank you for spending this sacred, holy time where pleasure is non-negotiable always and forever, especially in this space. And of
Mhm.
course, we want to thank Goddess Sheila Shupe for being here with us and bringing to us what it is that we are desiring at this time, which is putting ourselves first so that we can be there to serve in grander abundance, not just for ourselves, but for those that we love and we care about and we desire to connect with even further.
Mm.
And until next time, of course, we always have to ask, my loves, what turns you on? Kaelen
Mm.
Marie ending out here. Please like, share, and repost if you would like, and leave a comment because we love that. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye, loves.
Bye.